Now, for all things Grey Cup, we're joined live by TSN's Claire Hanna. And Claire, you've been there all weekend long. Talk to me about the excitement building, the first time the teams will be going head-to-head and meeting in the championship game. What can we expect?
Yeah, I got here on Monday night, so I've been spending a lot of time with these teams, and it's really interesting to see how their emotions and some of their stress levels just evolve as the week goes on. But today, I haven't seen them yet. I'm expecting them to come out here for warm-ups in just a few hours, but I was speaking with Blue Bombers running back Brady Oliveira yesterday, and he said he's just trying to stay calm. He said he's taking an Epsom bath salt and just trying to relax, kind of do a spa day, take his mind off of the game, because come 6 o'clock, for kickoff, things are going to be ramping up here at Tim Hortons Field.
Ramping up indeed, and both teams are coming from really unique perspectives. We've got the Blue Bombers coming into this with a better record, but the Alouettes are riding high on their dominant win against the Argos. So talk to me about what each team needs to do to really get that Grey Cup.
Yeah, well, let's start with the Montreal Alouettes, because when you beat a team like the Toronto Argonauts in the East Final and punch your ticket to the Grey Cup, you are feeling very confident, and they did it in a dominant fashion, and it was really their defense that was on display. 9 turnovers, and that's something that I'm sure the Blue Bombers are going to be going over in film. And when it comes to Winnipeg, they've got the experience of playing at this big game. It's their 4th straight Grey Cup. They lost last year to the Toronto Argonauts. That's a memory that's not fresh for these players, but it's something that they've thought back to. Willie Jefferson saying yesterday he never wants to feel the way he did after that Grey Cup last year in Regina. And for the Bombers, they're just an experienced team. Some of them were saying earlier in the week that now they know the schedule of a Grey Cup, and they can pick times where they're going to have free time to go over extra film, to visit family, to just manage those distractions. So it's a question of the Montreal team, with their inexperience and youth, can they figure out a way to deal with those distractions and also take advantage of that youthful, exciting field when they step onto the field.
Well, Claire, I'm sure everyone has their opinions on how today will fall out, but let's talk about the fans now. Hamilton, technically neutral territory. So are you seeing crowds leaning one way or the other?
Okay, well, I saw some Montreal Alouettes fans at a Tim Hortons this morning, and there was a good collection of them, as well as some cheerleaders. And then when it comes to Blue Bombers fans, I feel like I see them all over the place. There's been a few concerts leading up to this, including Carrie Underwood. Saw a lot of Blue Bomber fans there, as well as Calgary Stampeder, Ottawa Red Black, BC Lions, Saskatchewan Rough Rider fans. Like, everybody is represented here. But one thing I will say is that when the Blue Bombers won the Grey Cup a couple of years ago, it was in Hamilton. And so maybe some fans who were in Hamilton back in 2019 are here again today and kind of, or pardon me, in 2021 are here, and maybe they have an allegiance to the Blue Bombers. I'm not sure, but it is neutral. So if you're coming out, just cheer for good football.
I'm wondering if you're seeing any Green Day fans. I feel like there's got to be a few of those t-shirts being represented as well.
Okay, I haven't seen any Green Day fans because I've been so focused on the players, but I know one of our other TSN reporters with Bar Down, Marissa Roberto, she's been following them, and I think she's been seeing fans singing in the Armory area of Hamilton. She picked up from a record store a little box that was a Green Day surprise box, and there was some old albums and stuff in there. I think it's going to be a really exciting show. They did their sound check yesterday. It was a little bit of a mix of their old stuff with some new stuff. And yeah, but I will say, Eden, for whichever team loses tonight, they're going to have to go home on a boulevard of broken dreams.
Oof, and what a way to end that hit off. Claire Hanna with TSN, of course, teeing up tonight's big Grey Cup game in Hamilton. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.